really interesting, really useful to me recently has been to use my yoga practice to tap into my creative energy and getting into that state of flow. Um, like using my practice to connect to my breath and my body and get really present, and it just makes me able to tap into that in the time that I've got at the moment. So I thought I would share a few exercises that have been helping me recently to get into my creative space within myself. So just start off in a comfortable sitting position. If you feel tight in your hips, you can sit on a block. And you're going to connect down through your sitting bones. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, lift through the chest and the collarbones. Exhale, soften shoulders away from the ears. And just take a few really big breaths to check in with how you're feeling right now. If you feel like there's any tightness or restriction anywhere in your body, just see if even at this early point in the practice you can use your awareness to start bringing space and bringing your breath into these areas. And then inhale, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, let it go. And again, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. And then exhale, let it go. And then you're just going to place your hands on your solar plexus, which is just around about where the ribs meet. And this is said to be the centre of your own inner confidence and self-belief. We're going to just take a few breaths into this space. And then we're going to do 2 rounds of Brahmari breath. So it's a buzzing bee breath, and it just helps us to bring energy to that area and to just make some sound to shift tightness and restriction around a given point. So big breath in. And again, huge inhale. And then moving onto your heart space. And it doesn't have to be too serious, Brahmari. It's like, just be playful with making a noise. See if you can feel it underneath your hands. Big inhale. And again, breathe into the space underneath both hands. And now we're going to work through wrist stretches. So just take your right hand in line with your shoulder, drop the hand down a couple of inches, take the fingers of the left hand around the right little finger and put your thumb just where the knuckle is, just where it joins your hand. Big breath in. And exhale, soften the shoulders. And then move on to your right ring finger and pull it back. And you're spreading through the whole hand, gently push the heel of the hand forwards. And then middle finger and pull it back, still spreading through the whole hand. And you're keeping your breath really big throughout, drawing your index finger back. Inhale into the side ribs. And exhale. Keep the exhale longer than the inhale. And this just helps your nervous system to relax. I'm going to draw the thumb back, still push forward through the heel of the hand. And then release. Just roll the shoulder out. And then take your left hand out in front of the shoulder and work through the digits of your left hand. Inhale and exhale for each one. And see if you can use your breath to connect the heart space with your hands, which can be really useful, especially if you make stuff or create stuff with your hands. Remember your breath. And the breath that we use in forest yoga is also called ocean breath. So you're making a noise that sounds a little bit like the sea as you breathe in. I'm just going to lower those hands down and take the fingers just so that they're facing in towards the legs and press down through the heels of the hand. And then breathe in, exhale everything through the mouth down to the ground. And then you're just going to take your left hand about 8 inches away from left hip. Inhale, reach the right arm up, come into seated side bend and breathe into the space between the ribs, filling up the lungs with your breath. And quite often we can go through the whole day like forgetting to take a really full, proper breath. And the better that we breathe, the more efficiently that we breathe, the more we can nourish our bodies with fresh oxygen. Exhale, reach your right arm away from the body. Just take the hands so it's about a foot off the floor and then play around with the position of your hand and your arm so that you get the best point of stretch for your neck. And that might be a different position to where my arm is. But just really feel your own body. Allow your jaw to soften. Reach through the fingertips of your right hand. Get your breath into the areas that feel restricted and tight and just use your breath to soften them and allow there to be more space in there, more movement. And then just take left hand to the side of the face, Feel for taking the whole weight of your head so that you don't have to use any neck muscles, and then lift your head up. I'm just going to do the same on the other side. So take your right hand 8 inches away from the hip, reach your arm up, let go of the head and the neck. Exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. If you need to do a yawn, you can. Yawning is one of the ways that we get rid of stagnant energy from our bodies. And on your next exhale, see if you can let go of the head and the neck a little bit more. And then exhale, reach your left arm away from your body. Just play with that position. It's like having a childlike curiosity, like, oh, what happens if I go there or there? And then just finding your point, breathe into it. And that way of approaching your yoga practice can also be a really lush way to approach your creative practice. I mean, it's the same thing, but just being playful, experimenting, not worrying too much about getting it right or wrong. And using your breath to connect to your body, to build that bridge between the mind and different places in your body. And then using the breath to allow any restrictions or tightness to soften and ease off. And then just take your right hand to the side of the head, fully support the head all the way up and give your shoulders a roll out. I'm just going to do a little bit of facial massage. Amazing how much tension people keep in their faces. Mine at the moment, I'll notice myself like doing this funny frown or clenching my jaw, and that just kind of holds energy, so we don't really need to hold that. I'm just going to take your fingers above your eyebrows and just move from the middle of the forehead out to the sides. And still remember to breathe, big breaths. And then onto the temples. And just allow your eyes to be soft. And then down onto your jaw. Let the mouth slightly open. And just aware the ears join to the side of the face. Under the cheekbones. Under the eyes. And just being aware of where you've been holding tension on your face. And then just under the chin, you can just take your thumbs and just follow the jawline along. And then bring your fingers just where the skull joins into the neck. Give yourself a little head massage. Remembering to breathe, big breaths. And then from there, we're going to do some core work, just a little bit, but just to connect to our guts and to also warm this area up. So sometimes when we get a bit stuck in our heads or go into that inner critic thinking, or that voice, or listening to that voice, we can zone out from the rest of our body, and doing core work can really help to just bring us back to our bodies and moving energy around as well. Just interlace your hands behind your head. You're making a little head hammock for yourself. Take your legs to right angles. Really big breath in, breathe everything through the mouth. Inhale, lift head and shoulders up. Curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows to your left knee, reach through right leg, right ball of foot, and pull your belly down towards the spine. Look up at the ceiling, keep the head and the neck and the face all relaxed. Inhale back to the centre. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows to your right knee, reach through left leg, left ball of foot. Pull belly down. Inhale back to centre. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows to your left knee, reach through right leg, pull belly down. Keep looking at the ceiling and keep your jaw and your eyebrows relaxed. Inhale back to centre. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach your elbows to your right knee, reach through left leg, pull belly down. And the knee never comes any higher than above the hip. Inhale back to centre. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows to your left knee, reach through right leg, right ball of foot, pull belly down. Inhale, come back to the centre. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows to right knee, reach through left leg, pull belly down. Inhale, come back. Hold the breath. One more round. Curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows to left knee, reach through right leg, pull belly down. Keep face relaxed. Inhale back to centre. Hold the breath, tuck tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows to right knee, reach through left leg, pull belly down. Inhale back to centre. And then exhale, lower your feet down, lower head and shoulders down. Place your hands over your belly and breathe deep breaths into your core space. And just feel how you've woken that area up now. And now we're going to go into moving bridge. So just feel for the backs of your heels. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Palms are facing the ceiling. Inhale, reach the pelvis up, reach arms above your head. And then exhale, lower the spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring arms back by your sides. Inhale, lift the pelvis up, reach the arms above your head. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower down. And then roll over onto one side. You're going to come up with a really relaxed head and neck. We're going to do a little bit of work on our feet. So if I am feeling like I'm not very grounded, connecting to my feet and doing some exercise with them can help get me a lot more grounded. So you're going to start off standing on your right foot. Take left foot out, you're going to come down, left little toe, toe next to it, toe next to it, toe next to it, and then big toe. And then big toe down, and this one's really hard. Big toe, toe next to it, toe next to it, toe next to it. And then the other way. Get your breath really big. And then you're going to lift. Put big toe down, lift the rest of the toes up. Put the rest of the toes down, lift your big toe up. And just repeat a few times. Still remember to breathe big breaths. And then switch sides. So take your right foot, right little toe, toe next to it, toe next to it, toe next to it, big toe, and then see if you can do the rest of the toes. And little toe, toe next to it, toe next to it, toe next to it, big toe, And then lift the big toe, put the rest of the toes down, big toe down, lift them up. And you might find that you've got one foot that is easier to do this with. Mine is definitely my left foot because I've gone over on my right ankle so many times. But this really helps that as well. And then from there, you can sit down, take your right foot up onto your left thigh and just thread little finger between the little toe and the toe next to it all the way along, so you end up with your index finger in between the big toe and the toe next to it. And you're going to keep the toes of your left foot active, which means that they're spreading out, so you're keeping that openness in the foot. And you can have them gently flexing back towards the left shin as well. And then just moving, flexing the right foot. Remember your breath. Keep the exhale longer than the inhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose or mouth. And then release and switch sides. All the way along. And then just flex the toes backwards and forwards. And again, be curious about any differences between the sides. And then release. Just feel your feet. And then we're going to come into some sun salutations. Again, just to get that energy moving. Bring your feet to hip distance apart. Exhale, hands come in towards the heart. Just pause for a couple of breaths and feel the connection between your feet and the ground. Exhale, soften the shoulders. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step left leg back, left knee comes down. Inhale, reach the arms up, open through the hands, soft face, soft jaw. Hands come down, step back into plank. Lower knees, chest. Bring hands forwards, head and neck relaxed. Pull the heart forward, keep pulling forwards as you lower down. Hands go under the shoulders and then push back to downward dog. And walk through the feet. Inhale, step left foot forward, right knee comes down. Reach up through the arms, making space around the front of the body. Hands come down to the front. Step right foot forwards, come into a forward fold, and you're just going to roll the shoulders out. And then inhale, engage bum muscles and core muscles to help support you back up. Reach up, exhale, hands come back in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step right leg back this time. Reach the arms up, soft shoulders, open hands. Hands come down, step back into plank. Lower knees, lower chest. Hands come forwards. Keep head and neck relaxed. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Keep pulling forward as you lower down. Hands under shoulders. Push back to downward dog. Inhale, step right foot forward, left knee comes down. Hands come down to the front. Step left foot forwards and forward fold. This time hold opposite hand to opposite bicep and breathe into the mid-back. Really big breaths. Breathe any tension out through the mouth, down to the ground. Let the ground have it. And then release your arms. Inhale, engage bum muscles, core muscles, reach up. Exhale, hands come back in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step left leg back, left knee comes down, reach the arms up, soft shoulders, open hands. Hands come down to the front, step right leg back into plank, lower knees, chest, hands come forwards, inhale, pull heart forward, keep pulling forward as you lower down, hands under the shoulders and push back to downward dog. Walk through the feet. Inhale, step left foot forward, right knee comes down. Reach your arms up, soft shoulders, engage the core. Hands come down to the front, step right foot forwards in forward fold. This time interlace your hands behind your head and take some huge nourishing breaths towards your brain. So sometimes one of the things that can stop us feeling creative or be a bit of a block is just getting a bit caught up in our brains. So you can use this pose to really think about supporting your brain and nourishing your brain with the rest of your body. Feeling that connection to the ground through your feet. Feeling the strength in your legs. And then release the hands, engage bum muscles and core muscles, reach up. Exhale, hands come back in front of the heart. And then from there, we're going to go into balancing pose. So we're going to go into tree pose. Just ground down through your right foot and take left foot into right groin. You can bring your hands in prayer. And for balancing poses, ground down through 3 points of contact through your right foot, so base of the big toe, base of the little toe, middle of the heel. Engage your core and find a point to look at on the wall or in front of you that's about eye height. Then remember your breath. Really feel rooted. Allow the shoulders and the neck to soften. And then if you want, you can play around with your arm positions. And then switch sides. Just remember those things that can help with balance. And then from there, come down into a cross-leg position and then cross your legs in your non-habitual way. And then go into a spinal twist. So just take your right hand onto your left knee and your left hand behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the chest. Exhale, soften the shoulders. If you want to go a little bit further into the twist, inhale, lengthen through the spine, lift through the chest. Use your right arm as a lever just to turn you a little bit further round. And then you're going to switch sides. So just take your left hand onto your right knee and your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, soft shoulders, soft jaw. And again, work with the breath. If you want to go a little bit further into the twist, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, left arm, use it as a lever. And just see how that feels. Like if it feels too much of a strain, then you can just back off and return to where you were. Inhale, back to centre. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe everything through the mouth. And then just walk your hands back up, take a hand underneath the forehead, fully support the weight of the head, all the way back up. And then from there we're going to go into Shavasana. So just make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. If you need any warm things or cushions, just make it a really lush little cocoon for yourself to chill out in. The other thing that's good to have to hand is a journal, so that if anything comes up while you're relaxing in Shavasana, then you can just write it straight down. So just get yourself set up in Shavasana. You're going to take a big breath in, squeeze the muscles in your feet, the muscles in your calves, holding that tension, and then exhale, let it go with the breath. Huge breath in. Squeeze your thigh muscles, bum muscles, engage pelvic floor. Hold with the breath, and then exhale, let it go. Big inhale. Squeeze hands into fists, squeeze shoulders towards the ears, arms in towards the body. Hold the tension. Exhale, roll shoulders away from the ears, arms by the sides of your body, and open your hands. If you want, you can lift the pelvis up and just set it an inch or so lower on your mat to help lengthen your spine. Big breath in, clench jaw muscles and squinch your face up. Hold the tension, and then allow all your facial muscles to soften and relax. Huge breath in, and then sigh out any last bits of tension. And again. Let your breath be passive. Eyes are softly closed. If you need to readjust your position at any point, then definitely do that. Just be really comfortable. We're just going to lie here for a few minutes, absorbing the practice. And then place your hands over your heart space. If that doesn't feel comfortable, then you can just breathe into your heart space. And think of something that has inspired you recently. It could be anything, it could be music, it could be a walk, it could be some artwork, it could be a colour or a person. Just think of something that has inspired you recently. And really feel that feeling of inspiration in your body. How does that feel? And then just ask yourself, how would I like to express my creativity right now? How would I like to express my creativity right now? And just be curious about what comes up, if anything. Sometimes we'll get like words or language as a response. Sometimes it might be some music that we need to put on, or it might be colours and shapes. Just being really open to anything. And then ask yourself, in this state of being both present and relaxed in my body, is there anything that my body needs me to give it right now? Is there anything that I need to give myself today or in this moment? And if you want, you can write these things down after you've got up. You're just going to release your hands and move your fingers and toes, stretching your body out in any way it wants to be stretched or moved, just moving intuitively. And eventually hug your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a really big squeezy hug. And then roll over onto one side and come up with a really relaxed neck and head. And bring your hands, if you want, into prayer position or over the heart. And then take the biggest breath that you've taken so far today. Really fill your lungs up. And again, draw that energy from the sitting bones, from the ground and the earth. Draw that up through your body. Breathe it out. Namaste. Thank you.